Welcome to Crime Files, TikTok compilations, the vault where true horror lives and the camera never blinks. This isn't fiction. These are the real faces of fear, captured in unfiltered moments and blood-chilling clips. We dive deep into the shadows, uncovering raw footage, bone-chilling case files, and the darkest impulses ever caught on camera. What you're about to see is not entertainment. It's a wake-up call. These aren't just stories. They're warnings carved in reality.
The story behind this little girl's disappearance is one of the craziest stories you'll ever hear. In 2005, Shasta Groney and her brother Dylan disappeared from their family's home after their entire family was annihilated in a murder spree. And a nationwide search was launched for Shasta and her brother Dylan, and she was even on the cover of People magazine when they found her. On the night that these murders happened in 2005, Shasta and her family were just hanging out in their house in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, when a man named Joseph Duncan entered the family's home in the middle of the night, awoke the entire family, and killed almost every single person. He then took Shasta and Dylan, the two youngest siblings, on the run with him. And they were on the run for weeks, and while they were on the run, Duncan actually shot and killed Shasta's brother, Dylan, right in front of her in the middle of the forest. This is truly one of the craziest stories I've ever read about in my entire history of researching true crime. And if you want to hear this full story, I'm telling you, it does not disappoint. You can listen to my podcast, Murder in America, on Spotify and iTunes, The Disappearance of Shasta Groney. It's crazy.
Felony murder, I sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. Count 2, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 1. Count 3, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 2. Count 10, hijacking a motor vehicle, I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 3. Count 11, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 10. Count 12, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 11. Count 13, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, I sentence you to 5 years consecutive to count 12. Count 14, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 13. Count 15, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 4.
Meet the most gangster female in Chicago with 7 alleged hats, Bonnie Drip, aka the female John Wick. Even though she's been picked up for multiple murders, she always gets off because of this one simple thing.
So you got locked up for like multiple murders?
I've been picked up, yeah.
So how many murders have you been picked up for?
Several.
How do you go into those situations?
The best way I can explain it is if I get picked up and I'm not under arrest, I don't have nothing to say to you, so I'm free to go. I ain't ever talked to the police. I ain't ever gave a statement on nobody else. I ain't ever gave a statement to incriminate myself. I just leave it at that. I don't have anything to say to you. I'm not ever gonna have anything to say to you. And you know when you're under arrest, they gonna tell you what you charge with. They're gonna take you to the back. So if you still got me here asking me all these questions, like, I don't have anything to say to you. I'm not ever gonna have anything to say to you.
So was that something you was taught, or was that something you learned to,
it come with the territory. It's just like growing up, coming up where I'm from, like.
A dentist in Wisconsin was shot dead for asking a female neighbor to turn down the music. Dr. Akinton Bowden, 41 years old, was watching a basketball game. At the same time, Kiana McGowan, 27 years old, next door, turned on the music and kept raising the volume after washing her hair. This prompted Bowden to start, unable to tolerate the noise of the music. When McGowan closed the door after talking with Bowden, he began to kick her door hard. This threw McGowan into a panic, so she decided to take out her weapon and shoot Bowden. When McGowan screamed and rushed out of the building, the neighbor downstairs called 911, but Bowden had already lost his life. When McGowan was arrested, she claimed that it was because Bowden was smashing his door that made her scared that this happened. However, the judge believed that she could choose to close the door and call the police instead of directly taking his life. Ultimately, she was charged with 3 serious crimes and fined $100,000.
Okay, we ready. We ready. Come on, we ready. Come on, yo-yo. Raise your glasses. That is one line. It is toast. Is this live? Love is sweet. Love is harder. It's better to come.
Y'all, I'm gonna be real with you. The problem is this: women don't think, and they make us look bad as mothers. Anybody who's been in prison is gonna come out with mental health issues. So, what are you doing? And on top of that, she was his enabler. The whole family was, but definitely her. She enabled his behavior. He shouldn't even be around her. Y'all are so dumb. Y'all make us all look dumb as women, as single moms. He probably never had his dad or nothing, and his mom didn't care how he ended up. You throw him a welcome back party. He just got out of prison. He needs to find his way. He's a grown man. As you can see, he ended up unaliving her. And then people are confused, like, what happened to her? She allowed him to be around her. Most women, they're not gonna invite that person to their home. They gotta figure it out. Go somewhere else. Go to a halfway house, something. Son is overly grown, was a menace, probably since he was a kid, never had no discipline, and it shows. Y'all protect these men, and they not gonna protect you. As you can see, he unalived her, his own mother. Something was wrong with her too, for her to even allow that behavior to be around her. But the world wants us to feel sorry. No, not over here. Y'all women get exactly what y'all ask for when y'all invite these men around. Even if it's your own blood, let them go out. They're grown. Y'all call these grown men because y'all just so dumb. Like, come on. It's our relationship, to be honest. But more importantly, protecting somebody who is known to be dangerous, known to be mentally unstable, known to have all these issues. You asking for problems. You intentionally want drama and chaos in your life, and when something happens, you play the victim. Now she's unalived, and nobody can do anything about it. He'll go right back to prison. Most of them do that get out of prison. Most of them do. 98% of them do. Because they don't want nothing. And then they have weak family members to protect them and enable their behavior. No, that's why they went in the first place. Y'all have to do better. Y'all have to want more for yourselves, for your kids, because that's what they're going to end up as. You can see, the mom never instilled in him any discipline. Never had a dad, clearly. And his brother was caught in the crossfire as well. People don't get it. They think everything is fun and games. The streets, there's nothing in the streets. You're either going to end up in prison, death, unalived. That's it. Maybe one day y'all will get it. Maybe not. Who cares, to be honest? Because as you can see, of all ages, she's a grown woman in her 40s. Of all ages, they do this. They never...
Get off me!
A mother from Georgia intentionally killed her 2 toddlers, put them in the oven, and opened it for 45 minutes. When their father, Jamil Penn, returned home, he smelled the smell of grilled meat and thought it was his wife cooking. When he walked into the kitchen, he realized that something terrible had happened. His 2 children are in the oven. By the time he rescued them, it was already too late. Jamil trembled and dialed 911 to report the incident. The police arrived at the scene and immediately arrested their mother, 24-year-old Lamora Williams. Even more heartbreaking is that investigators are no longer able to identify 2 childs. Lamora told the police that she doesn't know who killed her child. Then she blamed her cousin for the crime. And finally, she said it was her sister who killed the children. She is uncertain and provided false information. Lamora is charged with 2 counts of murder. But in court, Lamora's sister claimed that Lamora had suffered from serious mental health problems since childhood. She even tried to end her own life. After psychological evaluation, it was confirmed that Lamora Williams has cognitive impairment. The final judge sentenced her to 5 years in prison. Do you think this is a fair judgment?
A divorced father killed his 3 daughters and fled, leaving their devastated mother desperately calling the police for help. 32-year-old Travis Decker, a military veteran, had been struggling with severe mental health issues. He had been divorced from his wife, Whitney, for several years. What should have been just another routine visit turned into a nightmare when Travis never brought the girls back home. When Travis failed to return the girls on time and didn't answer Whitney's calls, she became extremely worried. Sensing something was wrong, she immediately contacted the authorities, but by the time they arrived, it was already too late. Police soon discovered the bodies of the 3 girls in Travis's truck. They had been strangled in the seats, their wrists bound, and plastic bags were placed over their heads. What makes this tragedy even more heartbreaking is that it could have been prevented. After leaving the military, Travis had been diagnosed with severe PTSD, along with signs of borderline personality disorder and narcissistic traits. Even the girls were afraid of visiting him, feeling anxious and begging their mother not to send them. Despite these obvious red flags, the family court granted Travis partial custody, believing that the girls' love might somehow heal their dangerous father. Now Travis is on the run. If you spot him, please contact the authorities immediately. How could such a dangerous individual be granted custody of children? Share your thoughts in
So what? Okay.
This is Chelsea Shipp, a TikToker charged with murdering a 16-year-old girl. I have to say allegedly throughout this TikTok because there's been no full verdict yet, but let's examine the story. So before the story came out, Chelsea Shipp was a normal mom posting videos on TikTok sharing her life with the world. And from the outside looking in, she looked like your average Texan girl. She often posted videos with her daughter like this one.
No, you're supposed to have one boyfriend.
I have 2.
You're supposed to have one boyfriend.
I got 2 boyfriends.
And it should be noted that Chelsea's account is still on TikTok. I don't know how they're letting an alleged murderer still have a TikTok account, but yeah, it is still there. So at one point in her life, Chelsea started dating this man, Cody Arnold. And at one point in their relationship, Chelsea found out that Cody had been dating an underage girl. This girl was 16 years old and Chelsea was seemingly fine with it, which is a disturbing twist in its own. But at one point, Cody came to Chelsea and said, "I think that Caitlin, the 16-year-old girl that I'm dating, is pregnant." This is Caitlin right here. She was only 16 years old when she died. And before her death, Cody had been grooming and essaying her a lot. So after finding out that her boyfriend's 16-year-old girlfriend might be pregnant, Chelsea decided she's not going to let that happen. She feared that if people found out about this, Cody could get in major trouble. Obviously, he would have. So on March 26, 2022, when Chelsea, Caitlin, and Cody were all hanging out in the same mobile home, Chelsea decided to take matters into her own hands. She grabbed a gun from the house. She walked right up to the 16-year-old and shot her point blank, killing her immediately. So at that point, Chelsea tried to hide the body. She contacted a friend, asked if she could use their car to do some things, and then she admitted to a friend that she had killed the girl.
What you just watched isn't fiction. It's a chilling glimpse into the dark side of reality. If these stories shook you, don't stay silent. Subscribe to join a community that remembers. Like to keep these cases alive. Share to spread awareness. And comment your thoughts. Who do you think was really behind it? Or which moment hit you the hardest? Let's uncover the truth together.